going to be using a paper trading account because this is what I recommend that you do when you first start trading. Now, we are going to be using real-time data and we're going to be using split screens. So we're going to have our broker on the right and we're going to have our indicator with trading view on the left. So you can see we can remove the indicator and you just see kind of like this like oscillating price action. So let's go ahead and just activate the indicator. And we're looking at a crazy low time frame, right? So the 1 second chart. So this isn't everybody's cup of tea, but if you want to get tons of signals, our uptrend and downtrend signals, which are our trading signals, the lower the time frame you go, the better. So let's go ahead and get Tradeovate set up. The first thing we're going to do is add a module. So we're going to do super DOM. We don't need to do a chart. We're going to make sure that we select the same exact security. So in this case, let's just make sure we are just NQ and H4. That's going to be your matching NQ. So this is going to say NQ1 over here, but NQH4 is the current expiration. So the other thing we want to do is kind of make sure that this chart on the left stays, exactly the way it is, right? So that's the way that we want to do this. We want to make sure that the price is within the chart and all that good stuff. So you can see that the DOM is running, and let's just make sure the first thing we probably want to do, we do have live data through Tradeovate, and we have live CME data as well through TradingView. So you want the same data feed for both your broker. I like Tradeovate because they have fantastic real-time paper trading, mimics exactly what it would be like besides slippage, but it does actually calculate commissions. And what we're going to do before we start trading is go ahead and add in a performance center. So we're going to be able to see our running P&L as we kind of go. Now, we don't really need to look at the price action over here. We're not DOM trading and we're not tick trading and we're not using order flow. The only thing we're going to be using is our indicator signals, the uptrend and the downtrend signals on the 1 second chart. Now, if you can see before we start trading, if you go out to the 5 second chart, you get a little bit more of these kind of runner trades. And let's see what happens if we go out to the 10 second chart. Yeah, a little bit cleaner there. So the 10 second chart looks pretty good, but for the sake of this video, we're going to try to do the 1 second chart just to show the speed of SentimentAI. So let's go ahead and make sure that we stretch the chart out. So we want to make sure that we have a correct view set here is the first thing. Some checks you want to make, again, like I said, live data. Make sure you're on a demo account if you're just getting started. If you're using Tradeovate, NinjaTrader, whatever you might be using, Thinkorswim, make sure you start on paper trading no matter what. And we recommend that you paper trade our signals for a while until you get used to the way that you want to trade them and the risk that you want to take, essentially, with these trades. So we are going to get this thing underway and wait for a signal. And we're just going to simply use the buy and the sell market buttons right here. So let's get on with it. So we have a sell. And these are going to be shorter term scalps. Let's take it. There's a $20 scalp right there. And you can see we're connected through the same account on Tradeovate, but it's quicker to use your broker. Downtrend. Let's wait for it, wait for it. There it is. Okay, we had a 90, we're up to $90. We had this small uptrend signal, but it was just so quick, which is why we didn't add a stop or a hotkey out of the trade or anything like that, just so you know. Now, this is just my own way of trading. Some people use bracket orders. We can get into some of that too, no problem. Let's do an uptrend signal. Let's take it. We'll take that scalp. All right, we're 3 for 3, 125 profit. Let's wait for another signal. And nothing's perfect. Happy trader for scalping, probably going to work a little bit better than going signal to signal. And we could try it both ways, but when you get signals that are back to back to back, usually you're going to get 3 of them on this 1 second chart, which is why we didn't close out that trade there. And let's see what we get. And market just downtrend, up, invalidated, close the trade. That's a loser. Let's wait for another signal. And you can see how I'm putting my mouse over, just boom, we get the signal. Let's see if it runs. If it invalidates our signal, we close the trade. Yep, we'll take that scalp. That's fine. And remember, don't get greedy and hold these trades, even if it's going to rip all the way down. You know, when you're scalping, you're just looking to take what's green, right? So take what's green is how I recommend to do it on paper trading. I'm not going to recommend real money scenarios. That's going to be completely up to you. But we are just demonstrating the granularity here on the 1 second chart. And this is just the NASDAQ E-mini futures. So one other thing of note, if you are, let's actually switch over to the, we're not going to switch over, but you can use the MNQ, the micros, and they're 1/10 the size. So just so you know, if you wanted to hold the trades a little bit longer while you're in those, you can do that. The other thing you can do is stretch the chart out a little bit, but you might have to maneuver the chart just slightly if you're scalping. So this one turned out to be a runner, and that's okay. We took just a small profit. And let's see what we have. Let's take a look at the market real quick here. This is just, spot checks that I would run. So the market is down today. So we're looking a little bearish. So maybe slightly bearish leaning, maybe with a recovery in order. One other thing you can check that I'll show you is the vol-D. And you can see what the volume looks like. And yeah, it looks like we're negative on the vol-D. And kind of just skadoodling down a little bit. Let's compress this all the way to, let's go all the way out to the 5-minute chart here. And just compress this down. Yeah, and you can see that even there, even on the vol-D, we got this signal. So let's go back to NQ. Okay. And let's go back to the, you can see on the 5-minute chart, we have a forming downtrend signal, which you can do. You can zoom out to the 5-minute to see what the more macro is. We'll go back to the 1 second. We're gonna have to stretch our chart back out, just the way it is. And we had a buy signal really close to, an uptrend really close to a buy. We're gonna take that one late. Let's see if we can't get. And I'm just using mental stops here. We'll close that one for a loss, no problem. I didn't like the way that trade looked, and we flattened out on our Illumatrend. Let's go ahead and stretch the chart out like we were originally doing. And that one I actually got in a little bit late because the chart wasn't fully ready. So one thing to note with our indicator is the flattening of the Illumatrend. Also notice we're not taking these buy and sell signals. When you start to see a flattening Illumatrend, even if the candle action's choppy, that can indicate a weakening of the signal. So you can see that there. We had a flattening and then it did hit the downtrend, but then we got immediate uptrend. So now we have a sell signal. Looks like it's dumping. We're going to take that one. This one's probably going to draw down against us. We'll just take the scalp. Okay, so that was a good scalp there. And we're just getting out of these trades quickly, okay? That's all we're doing here. And remember, this is the 1 second chart. You don't have to get this crazy if you don't want to. just demonstrating. Now, a lot of folks will use the 5-minute chart. Again, like I said, you can see a forming downtrend there, but here's the thing. This downtrend signal isn't that close to the sell signal at all. So, we have this flattening out. I think that we're actually going to end up going back into an uptrend. Now, I'm not saying we're going to retrace, because the market internals and all that stuff looks, kind of to the bearish side. But if we go into trade Ofate, we'll stop the trading there. You can see that just on our demo account, that uses live data. Would have been the same thing if we were trading real money. Gross profit and loss, you have your total profit trades, you have your losing trades in another column. We took 2 losers, we cut them. Don't let your losers run on paper trading. Make sure you're cutting those losers. You can also use bracket orders where you can hit a hotkey in Trade Ofate and it'll put a defined stop in place. That's a good way to do it. You can also set up hotkeys to take and close trades. So let's actually expand and let's look at some of our data from just that quick session. And you can see that fees and commission 3906, that can be negotiated if you're a higher volume trader. But you can see we just made the quickest about $95, almost 100 that you could probably make. So you can see the pie chart with the winning trades and the losing trades. We cut those losers as slim as we could. And you can see a lot of great data here with Trade Ofate. You have the full trade log here as well. And then you can see the breakdown of the trades, the exchange fees, the commissions, the clearing fees, even on paper trading, which is great. So that is what makes this thing so good as far as not only Trade Ofate, but TradingView and being able to integrate all of this stuff. So I think that's going to about do it for the video for today. That was just kind of a how-to for some of our newer traders, and that's going to be today's video, folks. My name is Ryan, CEO and head quant here at Happy Trader. Have a great day and happy trading.